Hi, I'm Alicia Malone, and we are getting ready for Christmas on TCM with our annual Classic Christmas Marathon. As I hope you know, this is when I would usually present TCM imports, so it seemed appropriate that we combine the two themes. We are heading to Quebec, Canada for the holidays with Mon, Oncle, Antoine from 1971, a coming-of-age story directed by Claude Jutra. The story takes place in a small Quebec town during Christmas in the 1940s. The town's primary employer is an asbestos mine, and as the story unfolds, Antoine, the local undertaker and general store owner, is preparing a funeral for a miner. Benoit, Antoine's nephew, assists his uncle at both jobs, and the story is seen from his perspective. You'll also see director Claude Jutra in the cast as Fernand, Antoine's shop assistant. Jutra also co-wrote the script with Clement Perron, who had initially proposed a different idea. Jutra wasn't interested in Perron's original pitch, but during a night out, Perron got tipsy and started sharing stories about his childhood, which was spent in a small town working at his uncle's general store. Jutra liked this idea instead and convinced Perron to develop it into a proper screenplay. This is a quiet, dark, and powerful movie, and it has been called a masterpiece among Claude Jutra's work. He was a highly influential figure in Canadian cinema and is sometimes referred to as the grandfather of Quebecois film. Jutra started making films as a teenager, earning acclaim for his directorial debut, a short documentary released when he was 19. After high school, Jutra intended to pursue a career in medicine. He even earned his medical degree at university, but after graduating, he decided to follow his passion for cinema. In the 1950s, Jutra traveled to France, where he befriended François Truffaut and Jean Rouch. He took what he learned back to Canada, where he helped to launch a new wave of filmmaking in Quebec. Mon oncle Antoine came 15 years into his professional career as a director, and it was one of the first films from Canada to earn critical praise and commercial success. From 1971, this is Mon oncle Antoine. Mon oncle Antoine was a major success for a Canadian film and brought attention to Quebecois cinema. Director Claude Jutra also gained recognition, winning awards both locally and internationally. It remained a highlight of his filmmaking career, though Jutra continued working until the 1980s. He was diagnosed with early-onset Alzheimer's disease and died in 1986 after drowning in a presumed suicide. Claude Jutra's significance in Canadian cinema was acknowledged in the 1990s, with 2 Quebec Cinema Awards named in his honour. However, his legacy was tarnished in 2016 when a book was published claiming Jutra had sexually abused several young boys, leading to his name being removed from those awards. Mon oncle Antoine, however, remains an acclaimed film. For 30 years, starting in 1984, it held the #1 spot on the Toronto International Film Festival's decennial poll of the top Canadian films of all time. All right, we now move from a holiday drama set in Canada to a holiday comedy set in Tennessee, based on a play by Tennessee Williams and starring Jane Fonda and Jim Hutton. Our Christmas movie marathon continues next on TCM.
Next on TCM, Period of Adjustment, then Blossoms in the Dust, and later, The Daughter of Rosie O'Grady. TCM runs in the family today.